What Remains of Edith Finch. I've heard of this game, but I never played it. Puget Sound Fairy Lines. Puget.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No trespassing. Its property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. It's really pretty.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me
Charlotte.
what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Do I go down or do I go up? The Finches. I kind of see it's this way, because the house is that way. It's going to take me around. Welcome in. Welcome in. I look country cutie.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's a trippy looking house. I'd live here. No, I mean, I might have mentioned it once. This came out a while back. My brother played it. He said it was really good. I think I bought this from my brother too, and I remember him playing it. I remember watching him play a little bit of it, and there's some pretty wild stuff that happens in this. I don't remember it, but I remember wild stuff happening.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
You play it in first person like this, but it's kind of like these last games. It's story driven. There might be, I mean, I'm sure there's puzzles and other stuff, but it's very much like all
Now,
narrative.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Missing.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door, It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Yeah, me too. Well, I say that now. They could be on to, I don't know. The game is about the story of this girl. Her name is Edith, and it's like, oh, I guess you play through the memories of everything that's happened in the house. I think, something like that.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
There's books everywhere.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
December 19th, died November 21st as in temple of a brother to Edith, son of Tom, great grandson to Eddie. Memorial service, which family cemetery? I think that's her brother. Her brother passed away. She mentioned something about a funeral earlier. The Nordic cookbook, tasting Thailand, Viking's belly, witch's kitchen, the holiday feast, Northwest chef. Man, it's kind of cool.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
It's cool. You can hear the wind and the exhaust.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's a weird way.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's creepy. I'm into it.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So the grandma, I guess.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
A chat here, so it's easier for me to see. This is gonna be like an
Even the
old-timey house.
fireplace had a story.
I mean, it is, I guess, but there's a lot
Edie
of
told me the
modern
bricks
stuff in
came
it.
from the original house, after it sank.
It sank? Oh. Huh. So it looked like that.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Edie. She's an older lady.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Great grandma.
After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat,
Jesus.
Molly. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? How is that possible? Well, I mean, Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
The Book of Sand, Infinite Jest, Dreamer's Tale. Sven Hofstad, Finch, and Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
It's a cool house. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
So she must have been an actress. A ye old actress. Barbara, 1944, 1960. She didn't
Barbara
last
was a
very long.
child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
What if you get to go into those rooms, they just trigger memories or something?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Well, where do I go? She really did block everything off. Molly, 1937. 10 years old, holy shit.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
So the house actually sank into the water? How was that?
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Let's see if this works. Oh. 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Interesting.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
I can't remember if it says what your name is. I think Edith is the great grandma,
I
so it's
grew
about
up
her.
looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Unless Edith is the mother or the grandmother. Said Edith
I
senior.
got the sense
second.
Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Gross.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Thank you for the roses, Mikhail.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Christopher. It's a little bright or a little dark. I don't like that at all. Still don't like that. Like, it takes away the weird, still the darkness. Detect optimal. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
It's
I
weird
kept
being a
eating and eating.
kid. I ate toothpaste? Ugh. Nasty.
I ate a lot of things that night.
There's nothing in the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
This is interesting. Hey. And work.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
Go from playing one cat game to another.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
This is interesting. This girl's got quite the imagination, I think, unless she really is.
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Oh boy. That was gnarly.
A mama rabbit.
rabbits with only 2
She was
swoops.
almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the fuck is going on?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
The fish go.
I wanted fat, juicy suds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This is not easy.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh, an octopus.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Captain Finch. This is very weird.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Kind of hard to control this.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
All the peoples. Guess I can't get up there.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And
This kid
across
is
the water, I smelled
starving.
something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Ooh.
I got closer and closer.
What does it do? Welcome in, Maria. There we go. Go under the bed. Oh, my stomachs.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Creepy.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Next is Barbara.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Norway. Didn't know that. What up, Adam? Pay for Game Pass, $17.91. I already have Game Pass. I wonder if the game takes place in Norway. The mysterious death of the hereafter. Finch. Norwegian folktales. Yeah, I guess it does. Min Norwegia. Dragon kills Finch. Tragedy strikes Finch family. Sven. Yeah, I guess it's a Norwegian family. I don't know if the game is set play. I don't know if it's in Norway, but it's all written in English.
One summer,
I'm assuming
they evacuated
it's
the
in America.
island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
It probably is in Norway. If it's on an island, there's not many islands in the U.S.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Oh, so she's Edith Jr.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Right on, dude. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you have a good day at work. Do it again? Or is it another one? no, it's the same one. Milton Lewis, Edith. I want a family like this. Not one that's involved with death, but it's a Norwegian flag.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
I love secrets. Oh, it's like a dark room for photography.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I knew it was a good game. It's got a lot of positive reviews, and my brother loved it, so I just never got around to playing it. Just been in the mood for story-driven games lately. Some of them, at least. And it looks really good, too. Look at this. It's a cool room. I like how every room is, like, different. Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
What up, Bang? Good, just because it's a Norwegian family. It might. I think it does take place in Norway. Like I said, I don't think there's any islands. I mean, there are some islands, but not that look like this.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh, I saw this in the trailer.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Who would put a swing this close to
But
an
that
edge of a
He
cliff?
finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
This one looks well.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
It's giving me anxiety.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Yep, I'm done. Someone who wanted to lose a kid, apparently.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
He only made it to 11. A lot of kids only made it. Molly made it to a 10. Calvin made it to 11. 950 to 1961. Wasn't ready for that headspin.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Damn it. Work with me here. Well, that's cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Man, this is a trippy ass house. Glad you didn't. And you was not flipped the swing and set. Got stuck in this. Oof, ow. That sounds terrible.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, Barbara's the child star. Not Molly. Forgot.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
She made it to 24 or 16? 16.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family.
Oh, damn.
I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck
Flipped into a table
babysitting
saw?
her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
It's good to know. I'm playing the game through a comic.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
It's fucking Nightmare on Elm Street. Or Friday the 13th. No, it's Halloween.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember.
It's like a dick boyfriend.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
She still has the crutch.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Close the hallways.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Where the fuck do I go then? I guess I just go out the door.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Where's the rest of the family?
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
I bet that's the boyfriend dressed up trying to scare her again. And she just killed him. We'll see though. More Smiths.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
What?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh, goodness.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Whoopsie. Close. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now let's see what's up. Wait, how do I look at the book again? Can I look at the book? There we go. Molly, Barbara, Calvin. So we have Sven, I guess? Sanjay. Are these like secrets? So we got Sam and Edie. 1917 to 2 is man. She was old as fuck. Oh, it's been sealed. Like sealed. So wait, before I go back in there, let's see if there's anything else I might have missed. Oh, okay.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, cool. That was the winery cabinet. Interesting.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Let's go check out the basement. Now
It's
that I know I can
funny. All
pull
those
out
times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Pool table. That's pretty cool. Somebody had to do the laundry. I mean, water heater tank. These are fucking expensive. Probably had a code too.
Mom
I
said
guess
the
a lot of
basement
people
was
were
off
left out there.
limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
All these. Yeah, Charlotte, welcome back. Hey,
I
bunch of
remember
cuties.
asking Mom once about where Walter
It just got really weird. Weirder. Is there a
She
flashlight?
said
I
after
can...
Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, it's like an
If there's a
underground
pattern in
shelter.
all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Thank you for the roses.
On that first day, after the shaking started,
Yeah, this one is really good.
I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
These earthquakes? Are earthquakes common in Norway?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost
just-
friendly.
Explosions, maybe? This is 1976. It was killing the mushrooms.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe you got
2005.
tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got
Those are
tired of being
peaches.
afraid.
I thought they were mushrooms.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Lots of mushrooms. I didn't read the package at first. They just looked like the tops of mushrooms. And then the second time I read it, or the second time I saw it, was peaches.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
The Barbara story was
Calvin.
nuts. Played the whole game in that comic book. That was trippy.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Even if it's an oncoming
I'm going to
train.
appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
They don't. However, I found out on my YouTube channel I can add captions, and I can translate the captions to Norwegian.
I
I don't know how to do it, but the option's there. Up! I'm sure he's okay.
Walter died when I was 6.
I'm sure there's a Norwegian copy
I
of this
can't
game you
believe my
could play
mom
too.
never told me he was down here.
6. Oof. Oof.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
That's a cool idea. I thought about doing something like this before, but making it a digital screen. Like a fake window.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I'm curious to know
But
about
if
this
she
girl's
never
story.
told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
No, I agree. There's probably a Norwegian version of this because
there's only one of us
sometimes I'll
left.
play The Witcher 3
Maybe 2.
and the audio's Polish,
I thought it was
With
time
captions
I heard
in
the
English.
stories for myself,
but I loved hearing the Polish language.
and
It's a
how that would
beautiful
happen
language.
to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
That's right. I'm assuming maybe that's where the original house was. I don't know. They said the house sank. The original house. So
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
this looks like, from what I've seen of Norway, really pretty.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the
Yeah.
history you're a part of.
I don't know if it's like actual territory that's really there, but it definitely looks inspired from the video footage and the pictures that I've seen of it. It's even got the same moon as Norway.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Somber music. Wait, did the lights stay on? No, it's like they just turn off. Just thinking maybe if I get close to them, turn them all on to activate something. They're just motion censored. Man, this family had some money. I don't think I can walk any faster. This is as fast as I can go. Sometimes it gives you a little sprint speed,
And when you look at the house,
but that would probably kill
that
the
history
narrative.
of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
I like the little subtle things I have to do, like just unlocking the gate just to get through it. Makes it more immersive. Feels a little bit more real.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
I don't think anybody has houses like this.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
It's like some Beetlejuice shit.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine.
Derpy Jr.,
2 had been
Burpy,
my fault.
Chirpy, Furby, Lurpy, Zerpy, Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy. Wait, Charlie. Charlie was the fish, right? No, Christopher was the fish. Charlie was the cat. Stray cat. Bailey was a frog. Oh. Shadow, Bob, Oliver. Oh, Christopher. There's Christopher. Lasted for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Shotzi! Shkatzi! It's a Shotzi!
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara's dead. We know that. Walter's dead. We know that. Edie is dead. She was the great-grandma. Sven. So Edie and Sven were married. Sven was the great-grandpa. He died in 64. 2 years younger than her, and she lasted for like 50 years longer. Holy shit. Calvin, he was 11. Molly was 10. And I think Barbara was 16, I think? Yeah. Probably Sweden sounds like them. Damn Swedes. Well, yeah, I guess no, that was Norway back then too. Could have been that then. Who knows? I'm learning a lot
I'm
about
sure Odin's monument had been Edie's
Norwegian
idea.
history.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
What's this?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, that's the old... Okay, so there was an old house, and it sank. They pulled material from it, I guess, to build the new house. That would be crazy, to be in a house and the tide, it just takes it out. Oof. Global warming. Wait, can I keep going, or is that it? No, that's it. Not Scandinavian.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Oh.
But the older I get, the more
name's their
I can
fist
see where my
Christopher?
mom was coming from. Her dad had been
Brother's
pretty
name is
strict, but
Christopher.
it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She
He's
was
kinda
just
fishy.
trying to do better.
Gus Finch, Sam Finch, Gregory Finch. 76. Oh, damn. Kid only lasted a year. He lasted 33 years. He lasted about 20 years. He's got an American flag on him. Maybe it takes place in America. I don't know. This is... I mean... I think the game came out with this narrative, so this translation, I think that she's American. Or at least she speaks English.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
They're not all Scandinavian names, but isn't that a US flag? Yeah, it's a US flag. I feel like that should be a bit better because of names.
There's
I
so
think
many things I
there's a
wish I could ask
combo.
my mom now.
I think they
Part of me
were
thinks
immigrants
this is
from
what she
Norway,
wanted all along.
but
For
none
me
of
to
this
come back someday
looks
and find everything
North
out for
American.
myself.
as far as the landscape goes. Not to say that it isn't. I'm not familiar with any North American territory that looks like this. At least on the seaboard side. Maybe in the Northeast, like in Maine, possibly. I'm not too familiar, but...
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
Yeah, I know.
I
Definitely
never
not
would
the
have
house.
come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I looked at her stomach. She does look a little pregnant. Don't fall. You're doing crazy shit. Your family is nuts. Yeah. She's got that belly going. That's what I thought. She might be a little pregnant. See an American flag? I don't know. Maybe it's like a... I don't know. That's a good question. I'm curious to know where this takes place. I feel like if I walk on those glass, I'm going to fall through them, so I'm not going to do that. Where do I go? Can you climb? It's a ladder. Never mind.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah. It's gonna take place there. Here I go. Oh, right on. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know much landscape that looks like this. This almost looks very Canadian. Maybe Alaska even. I don't know. Kind of looks like on the northern seaboard, like maybe along the northeastern coast. I know there's a bunch of islands off of New York.
They were
But-
pretty intense.
Could be Canada.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
I think it's inspired by nature, but like the same, not, yeah.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Not quite.
Propane.
Shouldn't we
Propane
be
except-
leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Oh, there she
I
is.
will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
That's really pretty. Holy cow.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Where's the dad at? I think I was gonna find him. Where's the dad? What's a bird?
Aw.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. Is there another bird? What am I doing here?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still up.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Oh, that's the kid that...
Don, don't you think you could find something more
Get off the
interesting to
swing.
photograph?
No. Don't tell me what to do. I'm a
Grandpa
professional
Sven taught us
photographer.
how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Give me a minute to check the map.
I think that's a verbal audio thing to tell me I should figure out where the... I've got all the photos.
Maybe. What was it? Could have been.
Where'd it go? Give me some indication! It really is, from the photos I've seen. Nothing up here. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I've seen photos of Norway. I mean, it's just been like drone footage or like a photographer on top of like a hill or something into like this kind of a territory. Alright, give me a signal, dude. I don't know where to go. Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. We gotta find a deer, I'm assuming. I don't know what to take a photo of. Can't move the game forward until I take a photo of something. And he's saying I'm looking for a trail. I don't see a trail anywhere. This, maybe? Didn't know you've seen. Yeah. Sorry, I just answered that. I'm so lost. Like a picture of the sky, maybe? I don't know what to do. I got that one before. Hang on, I have to use the restroom real quick. Made out of blood. Hang on, I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes trying to figure out a photo to take. I'm not just dizzy. Names of Edith, Finch, camping, hunting. Can't figure it out. I don't want to cheat, but also I don't want to sit here wasting time either, because this is kind of... I'm assuming... He said he's looking for a trail. So, I guess, am I looking for a trail? Or am I looking for wildlife to take a photo of? So I don't really see a trail. And I don't see wildlife either. I took those. Oh, there we go.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Oh.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
I figured it
Do I
out.
have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Ooh.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Being forced to do that when you don't want to, that's... In this day and age, I would say.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Fat sack of oof. Oh my god.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Jesus Christ. This game's a little dark. You Norwegians are crazy.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
He gets killed by a dead deer. Oof. Taxidermy. It's a nice little fucking bedroom, though. Badass bed. Who's Kay? Oh, is that the girl? You Americans are more. Is there a secret out of here? Oh, here we go. I like her little hand things that she's wearing. It's an HVAC system. Where's Bang?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I think Sam might be the grandpa and her mom was that girl. Finch control. Gregory. Hang out before I do anything.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Check that out in a second. I want to see what Gregory is like. I think this kid died when he was only a year old. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have... God damn it, I just want to read it. A lawsuit has been filed. You have 20 warning, rule, family law rules, procedure requires certain automatic disclosure of documents, information failure, like result in sections. Sam, oh, it's a divorce contract. Between Kay, Carlisle, and Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
We get to control the frog.
Hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
What is this?
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
This is interesting. I didn't even do that. You dive?
Whatever it was, he saw.
Not all the letters of Gregor's stuff. Oh, got an achievement for doing that. God damn it, keep hitting the Y button. Oh, I gotta knock that thing out of it. God damn it.
It sure made him happy.
Whee!
I know how silly it sounds.
Whee! Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
But
It's
I
gonna-
worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Pull the kid out of the tub. You can do both. Oh, you don't have to cordless. He's gonna swallow something, I bet. I don't want to watch this. I don't know what to do. I do not want to be part of this. Oh.
I wish he could have told us
Oh.
about the world he saw.
It's gonna drown! Oh no! And I'm responsible.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
His controls are inverted.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
This is like 7 shades of dark.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
This is the kid that only
Love,
lived for a
Sam.
year. Good God. That's fucked up. Alright, I'm gonna do one more and I'm gonna hop off. Do Gus, because I'm at an hour and a half. So, let's see what happens here. A poem for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, peace out, dude. I didn't even know you were in here.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Where's the other letters? What's the other letters? I missed something? Oh, there they are.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oof.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I get to be a tornado. This is kind of cool.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Damn.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
1969, 1982. 2016. Right on. Okay, well, this is where I'm going to pause it, and I'll pick it up tomorrow, or maybe later tonight. We'll see. So I gotta do a lot of video editing anyway, but thank you for watching. Much appreciated. I'm gonna save it first. There we go. Saving. Alright. Toodles.